Hello, welcome to the Lovely Minute. I wonder what lovely we're going to find today. Karon ang Bisdak, the sa Vancouver. I'm going to join the Vancouver Marathon 2023. I'm just doing half marathon anyway, so this is my first time running in Vancouver. This is actually my first time in Vancouver. I've stayed in Canada for like 8 months now, but I went straight to Prince George, which is the northern capital of British Columbia. So it's an 8-hour drive. Biyahe in town ko. I started Friday. I stayed in my friend's house in Richmond. And then dagan na yun sa Domingo. So, yep. They said this is the biggest delegation so far. You're talking about 20,000 runners coming from different parts of the world. So, ako, ikan sa Cebu, Pinas. Apil ko diri pero na ako diri sa Canada. So yeah, surprisingly a lot of fast runners here. Tagas kay mga tao diri. Usa ka tikang nila, tulo ka tikang ako, and mind you, it's really cold. You know, me being a tropical island guy. So natugnawan ko maayo. So in Prince George, the cold there is totally different from the cold in Vancouver, because in Vancouver they've got this wind chills. So they're a coastal city, so the wind coming from the sea is pretty cold, and I can't take it. So I've got my jeggings and I've got my windbreaker, and they say I'm gonna pay for it in the long run, because when your body starts to heat, you're probably gonna be sweaty and what do you call it? Be having a hard time breathing and all those things. So, but for the first kilometers, I was doing okay, and I was so surprised to see a lot of guys are just wearing shorts and sleeveless, just like the guy in front of me. So see, just imagine how beautiful the city is. Ginoon ko, pag kanindot gyud aning lugar. I'm probably gonna do this run next year. It's a lovely city. It's a lovely place to run. Something that you really look forward to. And I didn't really train for this run properly, but I put on some mileage and did some drills, and just I just wanted to hit my sub 2, because this is my first time running a half marathon in a cold temperature. So sa Pinas we're used to 29, 30, 28, 27. So it's easy to do that, but surprisingly, it's lovelier to run under this kind of temperature, because you don't really get to overheat that easily. So I think this one is kilometer 11 or 10, and I was just doing okay. And yep, you get to see a lot of people really running faster than me. Their strides were good, longer strides. I was just basically doing, high cadence. And just imagine those people. The spectators are just adding energy to the already festive environment. So it boosts you up. It gives you the second wind. Just imagine that lady in front of me. I mean, like, probably she's born in North Pole. Na-insulto ko maayo. Probably okay about how to feel, because she's just having the sports bra, skin so exposed, but me, potos kaayo ko, marag budbud. And yeah, I really did pay the price later on in kilometer 18, kilometer 19. So this is a very beautiful city, and surprisingly, people are really good runners here. I tell you, they train, they look forward for this race. Probably, I don't know if they did it. They did the Vancouver Marathon last year or years before. It's probably because of COVID. People are so excited to be part of a sporting event, especially Vancouver Marathon. And I think this is one of the best marathons in the world, let alone Berlin, Boston, Chicago, New York, and all those things. But just look at the view, man. I mean, like, pagkanindot naman ang gidaning lugar. Never really felt the distance because my mind was not in in the kilometers that I put on, but was you know what diverted to places I've never seen. So that's probably one of the reasons why it's good to run outdoors rather than just running indoors, because your minds will not focus on the pain and the time and the mileage and the distance and all those things, rather than the festive environment such as this one. And look at the beauty. So, yep, this is my first time joining, and I'm probably going to join next year. And I'm also looking at other races here in Canada, being new here. Bago pa ko nabot dire, still trying to acclimatize, still trying to adjust. But so far, I think I'm adjusting well. And shout out, there's BSG from Singapore, and Try Zero from Singapore, and Gahi and Hard Multisports in the Philippines, and Gahi from Edmonton. So these are the guys I train and I'll be training with in the coming days, in the coming years, in the coming months. So, yeah, kani sakit-sakit na dito yung dapita. Okay, the last probably 4 or 5 kilometers is an uphill and downhill. It's a rolling kind of terrain, but these guys really helped a lot, run happy. So I think this one is Stanley Park. So sige, kita ko na ini tirig na skilid sakit na to sa paa. Sakit-sakit na nito rin dapita. Saka na og. And then, ginhawa lang tawag ni utong din. So I really hit my PB. This is the fastest. I'm not a fast runner. I'm just an average runner. So I think this is the fastest half marathon I did. I clocked 1:54, an hour and 54. I was targeting under 150. So probably 149 and all those things. So just barely hitting 150. But you get to see the reason why I didn't hit that one later on. So just imagine this. Seeing this view, it brings back the memories in Singapore. This is the view, the usual view. Kumudagan ka sa Singapore, no? Sa East Coast Park, mo yung makita mo to. So, yep, I stayed in Singapore for like 5 years also. Then I did some runs there. But it's really hard to run in Singapore because of humidity and the temperature is pretty hot. You easily get exhausted and overheat and all those things. So, kani murag last 2 kilometers na lang ning rin napita. Nakapait yan basta magkadool na sumugun ka maayo. Sakit-sakit na sa dito rin napita, no? But tusok lang gihapon para ni cross finish na sayang kayong registration nga, sayang sa kang gibiyahe, di mo tiwason. Sakit sa kayo, di mo makuha yung target time, which is sub 2. So, yep, this is the last 500 meters. And a couple of meters, you're just gonna turn left, and then you get to see the arcs or the finish line. So, ingon ko nga akong target was under 150, but the last like 50 to 70 meters before crossing the finish line, I actually saw this lady. Kuyapan is ya, but bugat said I carried her. You get to see in front of the camera right now. But I know this lady trained, and she'd probably be expecting this time as well. So I just carried her and yep, crossed the finish line. So yeah, this is the lovely minute. If you want to see more videos like this one, I normally upload races and travels and all. So see ya. Ciao.